A very good and happy Tuesday morning to everyone out there. Landon here with you in the driver's seat to bring you your latest weather and night forecast courtesy of On Target. Folks, we got another cold front that's blasting east across the region early this morning. Here we blow again. Cold front's going to be coming through here. It is somewhat moisture deprived. You might get a few stray sprinkles out there this morning, but for the most part, the only really sensible weather impact we're going to see is maybe some scattered cloud cover, along with a real big uptick in those winds here as we work throughout the day. Sweeping in here behind the cold front is going to be this northwesterly flow. We're going to have wind gusts in the magnitude of 15 to 25 plus miles an hour throughout the day. That is going to keep a chill in the air, right? Let's get a look across the region. Morgantown Skycam got the school bus arriving. That just passed by there. Got a big trailer coming through the main stoplight there early this morning. Got the morning commute starting to pick up there in Morgantown, aka Funkhauser Hill. WRUS Skycam down in Morgantown, Russellville, looking north on 431. Got that little transportation lanes picking up there over in that direction as well. Got a few of the scattered clouds in the sky, but you can still see some of the stars in the process as well. Temperatures have stayed up overnight. You remember this time yesterday, we were sitting down in the 30s to right around 40 degrees. With the cold front approaching out of the west, that's kept winds out of the south. That's what's kept our temperatures up throughout the overnight. Now, as we work into the afternoon hours, despite the strong westerly winds picking up, we are going to pick highs right around the mid and upper 60s. A few of us might even creep up into the lower 70s before it's all said and done. Let's jump over here and give you the breakdown. Here's a look at the latest in regards to the surface map. That cold front's going to blast through here. Low pressure is just pinwheeling right along the northern tier of the Midwest over into the Great Lakes region. Counterclockwise flow is what's going to be picking up those westerly winds here as we work throughout the day. They are out of the south early this morning, gusting upwards of 10 to 15 miles an hour, but look very quickly as we get into this afternoon. Again, 15 to 30 mile an hour winds. These are going to be with a westerly component, so that is going to be a cold wind that we're going to have to deal with. Continuing throughout the remainder of the afternoon, all the way into this evening, we're going to get some relaxing of the winds. They're still going to be present out there, but not nearly as strong throughout the overnight. With the daytime heating returning throughout our Wednesday, folks, you're going to notice by mid-morning, here comes those winds once again out of the west. So not just going to have to deal with those today, particularly into this afternoon. We're going to have to deal with it throughout our hump day as well in the process. Then we should finally see some relaxation of the winds Wednesday night on into our Thursday morning. Another impact that those winds are going to have along with that passing front is how our thermometers are going to behave. We're looking at colder temperatures as a result. This afternoon, we're going to be right around the 70-degree mark. Not going to be bad whatsoever. Crystal clear throughout the overnight with lows tanking down to anywhere between the low and mid-40s. Might have a little bit of patchy frost out there by early tomorrow morning, especially if we can get those winds to relax. By the time we roll into the peak heating of our Wednesday afternoon, guidance is showcasing we won't be escaping the low to mid 60s. And with those westerly winds present, folks, wind chills are not going to be getting out of the 50s throughout the day. Perfect evening for chilly weather. That's what's on the Hampton household dinner agenda on Wednesday evening. Rolling into very early Thursday morning, gonna get those lows down back all the way down to the 30s for some of us. Mid and upper 30s at times. We're looking at a likely frost developing both Wednesday night into Thursday morning and Thursday night into Friday morning. We might even get a hint of a hard freeze in here, with the temperatures dropping very rapidly throughout that point in time. So that's something to take note of. By Wednesday afternoon, we're going to be right around the low to mid 60s yet again. Now let's talk about the long-term model guidance and what we're looking at, because folks, as we approach and we get into this weekend, we still got numerous question marks that are in play. We got this big trough that's diving in here along and behind the cold front that's going to be bringing the colder temperatures that we're feeling today on into our Wednesday and Thursday. But as that trough pulls out, we are keeping our eyes on this cutoff low right across the desert southwest. models are not in agreement on the exact path of this pesky upper level disturbance will take. The latest model guidance, folks, if you recall yesterday, we brought this upper level low through here, and it basically cut eastward right across the lower Ohio Valley in the state of Kentucky. Yesterday's model guidance, along with the overnight runs, is trying to take this upper level low a lot further to the south, and that puts us in a rather peculiar position. Because right now it has us splitting the uprights with this southern stream system, northern stream system impacting the Great Lakes region, and we're smack dab here in the middle of it. It's going to remain to be seen. We're going to wait to see if models come into agreement here over the next day or two. But this the Euro model is pulling that upper low to our south, and it's actually keeping us somewhat dry, at least throughout the early part of the weekend, and then with some showers and rumbles of thunder following suit as we finish out the weekend and roll into the early days of next week. This upper level low pinwheels off and jolts down. We get this large meandering trough across the eastern tier of the U.S. Here we are closing in on our Thursday and Friday Halloween of next week. And folks, that pesky upper level low down to our south is the equation for continuous rounds of gusty showers and thunderstorms. Grown kind of typical to that here, folks, over the past several years. It's seemingly we always have a weather maker coming through here right around the Halloween time frame. We're going to need to keep close eyes on this particular setup, folks, because with this meandering upper level low and these troughs associating with it as well, we could get a wide variety of weather out there, including showers and storms, maybe even a little bit of a wintry mix, dare I say it. That's going to be a long shot, but it could be the potential there. Rolling on into the weekend after Halloween, we grow into November 1st and 2nd, another monster trough digging in here out of the north and west. Again, folks, that is rather frigid air. We're going to need to be keeping eyes on this. We're in voodoo country, folks, over a week out from this, but it's worth taking note of. Starting this weekend, continuing through next week, very, very active pattern. It's going to be remaining intact here across the region, all right? On that note, taking a look here over the course of the next week, we are looking at anywhere from roughly half inch up to an inch of total rainfall coming along with that. Again, models are not in exact agreement on what exactly we're going to get. And then, folks, as we roll into the latter part of next week, again, we're in voodoo country, all right? We got some of our machine learning capabilities bringing a severe weather risk right along the southwestern border of Kentucky here. So we're going to need to keep eyes on things. This is valid through next Tuesday of next week, but as we roll into our Wednesday, Thursday, Halloween, and the weekend to follow, that threat could be shifting eastward. So going to be keeping close eyes on things with this fall season really, really ramping up with this transition. Thanks to the cold fronts that are rotating through. Taking a look here at your next 6-day weather forecast, we got loads of sunshine to enjoy today. High temperatures will be achieved right around the midday into the lunchtime time frame. Brisk westerly winds, but despite that, highs right around 70. Going to be much colder Wednesday into Thursday. Breezy westerly winds despite sunshine. Wind chills will be down to the 50s throughout much of our Wednesday. Thursday, we're going to hold strong between the low and mid 60s. Likely frost both Wednesday night to Thursday morning, Thursday night into Friday morning. Clouds on the uptick Friday ahead of that upper level disturbance that we're keeping our eyes on. And as of right now, hit and miss, isolated to widely scattered shower and storm chances throughout the weekend. Highs settling right around that 70-degree threshold. Friends, it's going to wrap up your Tuesday morning weather or not forecast presented by none other than our friends and partners over at On Target.